Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. If it's your first time here, my name is The Paid Peach, and on this channel, I love to talk about all things budgeting and personal finance. I'm a 30-something-year-old lady living in the very high cost of living city of Los Angeles, and I work as a W-2 salaried employee. And on this channel, I use a budgeting platform called You Need a Budget, or YNAB, to help make sense of my finances, and I talk about it here because I love it as a tool and I want to help other people get their financial lives together. In this video, I'm going to be budgeting for the month of February, which is exciting. I love the last day of the month so that I can budget for the next month. If you're interested in seeing how I budget out my money, please keep on watching. All right, here we are, all up in my budget. Before I get started, I just want to say thank you for all the love that I got in my last video. I didn't realize that a lot of the other creators on here were going to like it as much as they did. And so I received a couple of shout outs. And so I just want to say thank you to STEM Girl Budgeting and Budget with Tiffany 26 and anyone else that shared my video with their audiences. I super duper appreciate it. And I hope that all the YNAB newcomers also appreciated it. And if you haven't watched that video and you stumbled across this one as you're beginning your YNAB journey, I highly recommend that you watch that one first. All right, so one of the things, especially if you're a newbie to YNAB, is this whole idea about being a month ahead. And you'll see that the very first category on my budget is a month ahead category. There are two ways to budget and being a month ahead. The first way, the way that I used to do it, is basically whenever I got paid and the paycheck would get entered into my ready to assign, I would just flip over into the next month and then budget those funds accordingly. Now, what I do instead is anytime that I get paid and my money goes into my ready to assign, I just throw it all into this month ahead category and I just let it sit there for the entire month until I'm ready to budget for February. There is no right or wrong way to do it. As someone that has done it both ways, you're just going to find a way that you prefer. And I preferred budgeting directly into the month ahead for a really long time. I did that probably for like 5 years. And I've only recently started using the month ahead category. And I just find it a lot simpler, especially because I'm a lot more hands off with my budget these days since I've been using this tool for over 7 years now. So now that that's out of the way, we're going to go ahead and pop on over into February. And the numbers, I'm always going to have two numbers or sometimes three numbers directly under the month. And that's just my paydays. That's when I get paid. I like being able to see it quickly at a glance to anticipate when money is going to be coming into my budget. A couple things, maybe I don't need to mention it here, but I did a lot of traveling in December and January. So I might need to just replenish some spending that I did. Okay, now that we're here, let's go ahead and get started. I'm like out of practice. I don't remember how I did this. First things first, we're going to take everything that I have in my month ahead category and we're going to dump it into my ready to assign. And now I'm just going to go line by line here, with the first being my Roth IRA. So if you have watched previous videos, I was debating if I was going to dollar cost average or do a lump sum payment. And I actually opted against the lump sum payment simply because I was doing a lot of traveling and spending a ton of money in December, as you can see by my credit card statements. So I'd rather have the money in my cash accounts to pay off my credit cards before my Roth IRA. So what I'm doing instead is kind of just like building a buffer to maybe do a lump sum midway through the year. So I'm just gonna dump in 625. If you don't have a Roth IRA, I strongly recommend that you do. If you're not sure what a Roth IRA is or how to get started, or if you are even at the point in your financial wellness journey to open up a Roth IRA, I highly recommend Personal Finance Club. That account taught me so much when I was first learning about personal finance and was actually what motivated me to open up a Roth IRA. Okay, where was I? Roth IRA. Cool, funded. Let us continue. Should I put more than 625 actually? Because if I don't and it keeps withdrawing 625, this is going to stay at 1250. Like it's not actually going to grow. So let's see. Let me add another 625 and we'll see where I end up at and if I want to keep some of that money elsewhere. I decided though that I did want to start saving for next year's Roth IRA so that I can do a lump sum at the beginning of the year. I don't know if the max is going to increase, so I'm just going to save $8,000 just in case it increases by $500 again, but it might not. Okie dokie, cash stash. So this is one of the categories, the only category that I have in my budget that has to reflect the associated account because this is physical cash that I keep in my wallet, so to speak. I obviously don't walk around with $3,000, but there's just physical cash that I have on hand that I like making sure is accurate in my budget. My emergency fund. So this one I don't have an active like monthly contribution target that I'm aiming for, but I do like dumping some money in here. And I've explained this in previous videos, but I kind of view like my whole budget, or at least like my month ahead category, my cash stash, my emergency fund, basically almost all of these sinking funds as a version of my emergency fund. You can see I have almost $40,000 in cash here. Obviously, I don't need $40,000 on a monthly basis to survive. So it's kind of all considered my emergency funds should shit hit the fan or for when shit happens. Adulting admin. So this is just stuff like license renewal, car registration, any tax fees, post office, parking tickets, applications for apartments, etc., etc. This one I don't like getting too big. So I think I'm just going to contribute maybe 25. Should I do more? Let me do a little bit more because I guess in October I'm going to need like $400. Maybe I should make a target. Let's do that. We're going to do it together. I'm not a big fan of targets for stuff like this, but let's just do it. I'm going to do it by October 1st. Let's just save my target. Okay. Auto maintenance, this is just what I use to get car washes or do anything for my car. I bought my car at the tail end of 2024, so it is relatively new and hopefully low maintenance. So I'm just going to dump in some money. Let's make that even. This is a category that I do not touch. This is purely just a savings category for my comprehensive and collision deductibles, just in case anything happens. Dental. So I had been saving pretty aggressively for a root canal because I wasn't sure how much it was going to cost. And I actually went to an office last year and got like a consult, and they told me it was going to be like 6 grand to do my whole treatment plan. So that's what I was like bracing myself for. But I got the root canal done a couple weeks ago at a different office, and they charged me $600, and they actually said they're going to refund me 200 of it. So yeah, I don't know why that other dentist office told me $6,000, but I'm glad it's not. So I'm not going to move this just yet because I do have a follow up appointment for the root canal in March, and I don't know what the status is going to be basically. So I'm just going to leave this here for now, just in case. Medical. I need to fix this. I need to fix this because this is associated with the wrong category. Okay, medical. This is just to cover lab fees, prescriptions, copays, etc., etc. Let's just make it $100. Why not? My next appointment's in March, so I still have some time to build that up. New car fund. I obviously am not gonna, hopefully, knock on wood, I'm not gonna need a new car for a while, but we'll just pick that up. This is my student loan savings fund. So I'm currently on the save plan and I'm not moving myself off of it because I do not want to pay this administration a single penny. And so I'm going to write it out until the end, but I'm also in pursuit of the public service loan forgiveness program. And my income has increased significantly since my last payments were taken out like back in 2020. So I am just dumping some money to save for when my payments start picking up again. Tech replacement. So this actually I'm gonna need to add a little bit more money to because I want to buy headphones. The headphones that I currently use at the gym are getting a little rinky dinky, but the ones that I want, they were on sale a while ago for $100 and now they're 180. And I'm like, what? Are these the same headphones? How did the price increase that much? I don't know. So I'm gonna put 225 in here and we'll see. We'll see if I end up buying them. I'm kind of a cheapie in that way. I try to go on 2 trips a year and I like spending lavishly for it. Sure. Let me just throw on 400 and hope that that's fine. Vision. My prescription didn't change, and I don't plan on getting new glasses anytime soon, but I'll start saving. Let me just add another 25 here. My rent, $18.50. My car payment is $452.27, as you can see in the category name, but at minimum, I always pay $500. And then as you can see here, I have an extra car payment category. And in here, I dump any extra income that I make. So if I'm selling stuff or the interest that I earn on my savings or checkings accounts, any Rakuten payments, any class action settlements, I'll throw in here. I did not make $745 of extra income in January. I didn't spend all of my money for an extra car payment in January just because I was doing a lot of traveling. And like I said, I wanted to retain some cash here until my credit card spending evens out a little bit more. Okay, LADWP, that should be coming out, I think, this month or next month. I don't know. I pay $41.25 for internet. Freaking Spotify is increasing their prices. I'm wondering if I should make the jump to Apple Music because what the hell, y'all? I know it's only $1, but like, why? Why? iCloud, dental insurance, health insurance. My premium went up by like $100, which is scary and annoying. I'm gonna throw in 35 here because I have been using my heater more than usual. I haven't bought coffee in a long time. Just gonna add 25 because I don't think I need to buy any anytime soon, or at least not in February. Dining out. So I didn't do too much dining out last month. Let's do 150 minus 51.79. Fast food, y'all. I spent so much on fast food. So here's the thing. I actually didn't do a lot of grocery shopping last month. Did I say last year earlier? I think I did. Basically, when I got back from traveling, I just like didn't go grocery shopping at all. And so I ate out almost every day for the last 3 weeks of the month, which is so bad, but I was lazy, getting used to a new routine, etc., etc. So let me just limit myself to that amount. Takeout. Okay, takeout feels reasonable. Work lunch. Why I have so many food categories, please do not ask because I do not know. I feel like on average, either 1 or 2 tanks of gas a month. It looks like last month in January, I only got one. I'm just going to fill this up to 100 because I think I'll probably be getting 2 tanks of gas this month. So that's fine there. Groceries, I'm going to beef up because I like desperately need to go grocery shopping. I'm gonna put $500. That might be a lot, but it actually might not be enough, which I know sounds crazy, but it is what it is. I'm gonna throw in 75 here. Public transportation and parking. I spent all of it last month, which is crazy. I normally just put 25. Let me put 40 in it just in case. My AAA membership, my Amex card membership, my editing software subscription, my Costco membership. I'm not saying the dollar amounts, I'm hoping that you can see it, but feel free to leave me a comment if you do want me to say the dollar amounts that are being added to all of these. I'm doing eye insurance, my car insurance, my renter's insurance, gym renewal. Oh, so that's an update that I have not shared on this channel. So I used to go to a private gym that was class based, and basically I got to work with a coach for every class. And so it was kind of pricey. It was $169 a month, and it used to live in my monthly expenses category. But I decided since my health insurance premium was increasing by $100 a month that I needed to find where I could like supplement that cost, and canceling my gym membership was what came to mind. It came to mind also for a number of other reasons as well, but that was kind of the main one. And there's a gym closer to me that had a Black Friday deal for $195 annual membership. And so I'm saving for the gym renewal. I don't know what the actual like normal annual membership price is. So I'm just saving a crazy amount and hoping for the best. And I need to delete this upcoming transaction. So that means I need to create a target of $500. And since I got the deal in November for Black Friday, I'm just going to do November 1st and hope for the best. I started playing Animal Crossing again, so I brought back my Nintendo membership, which is actually a yearly membership. New York Times subscription, game subscription. I just love the crossword and all the other fun little games. That's how I like to unwind. Already saving for Christmas, y'all. I don't know if I'm going to be doing like a what I spent video. We'll see if I get to it. But in my last budgeting video, I was like, let me assign $100 more to my Christmas category because I need to buy a few more things. I don't think I'm going to spend it all. I ended up spending like $500 that month. So I decided to increase my Christmas category to $1,000, whereas it was previously $500. So I just want to have flexibility to spend. Clothing, I don't know, let's just throw 25 in here. Dates. This is kind of an update. Normally I like leave this blank, but I've been dating someone recently. So I'm just gonna throw in $100 and see how that lasts us. Let's throw in some money there. Gifts, giving. Happy spending. I bought some concert tickets. This is where if I were to buy a book or going to movies or whatever, that would live in here. I'm gonna put 125. Housewares, this is basically just like furniture. And I do need to furnish my apartment because I live kind of like a frat boy. I have like the bare minimum furniture. And now that I'm dating someone, I'm like, I should probably put a little bit more effort into my apartment. I don't have a TV, for example, or a TV stand or a coffee table. I have a couch, and I have a desk, and I have a bed, and I have a vanity, but like my spot is not the hangout spot, if you know what I mean. So, how much did I put in here? Let me put 250 because I don't know, I'm scared. And then I want to take that pottery class. If you've seen my previous budget videos, you've learned how this leveling up category came to be. And I mentioned wanting to take a pottery class. I was so off with the price. It's actually $270. So, yeah, it's a pretty penny, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. So, I'm excited for that. Some makeup, nail polish, and accessories. Let me put 75. Personal care. Let me also put 75. Shopping, 75. Skincare, I am going to put 75 because I need some sunscreen and maybe some other stuff. Tech, I'll put 75. Toiletries, why not? So let's put 75. And then wellness, I'll put 75. Okay, there we go. And then the rest, I stick back in the month ahead category. And that is it. Thank you so much for budgeting the month with me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.